All right, now we're going to take a look at a common theme, which is super important for finishing, getting to and finishing the rear naked choke, which is keeping your thumb line covered so your training partner can't expose it and therefore control the end of the lever, which is going to let him pull your arm down in a pretty powerful way. So for example, when I get my arm across somebody's neck, if Alex can get to my wrist, I can usually overpower them because it's not quite the end of the lever. And from here, I can still crawl, punch through, and maybe finish. But when he finds my thumb, go ahead, pull down, I'm absolutely hitting a wall as to how much I can bring my arm around his neck. And even if my arm was around his neck and he can find my thumb, he can take it from a position where it should have been lights out to down where I'm like, okay, now I got to start this whole process again. So one way that I like to hide the thumb from the beginning all the way through to the end is by using that hidden hand position from the overhook side that I showed you guys earlier in the DVD. If we turn a little bit. Cool. So we're on the overhook side. We've managed to close off that bottom corner, and I've crawled my right hand into position. Again, to get here, you might have to make a little bit of space. So I can use my elbow to lift. I might be shoving his hand down, but I'm trying to find a good grip behind his lat. Right now, can Alex access my thumb line? No, because it's relatively hidden behind his back. Here, he might be able to, so I'm really going to take the extra steps to try to hide it behind his back. My left hand is going to come through, and I'm doing my best to find the knuckles and crowd his head. I'm going to open some space between his shoulder and his ear for my thumb and hand to shoot through. So as I start to push this down, I'm really crowding him with my head and hiding it directly under my chin. So my hand or my thumb goes from a hidden position behind his back to a hidden position behind his neck. Now it's covered by my chin, so when he tries to find it, I can move it back down to a zone where it's not useful. Now I can cover it with my thumb. When he tries to find it, my left hand's in the way. If I feel like his hand's really getting annoying, move it back down to a zone where it's not useful. Cover. Now it's covered by my bicep, and from this position, going to be awfully difficult for him to unravel and find that right thumb of mine. So again, we're here. He's got good defensive hands in place. I'm doing my best to move his hands into a zone where they're not useful or hide my thumb into a position where he can't find it. I'm moving the hand down just enough that I can create some space to whip my thumb in position. Covering, and finishing. One more time. Go ahead. You could give me a little bit of playback. So we're hand fighting. I find my hands on top, moving them down. Maybe I can whip my thumb in. He's keeping his chin tucked. I go, okay, I hide my thumb. This gives me the security of control because we're nice and tight and pinning the corners while also at a moment's notice letting me go into the threat of submission. If this is in my way, again, how do I get his hand down to a position where it's not useful? Cover, and just push it below the sternum. Hide the thumb, cover, and we slide. So what I encourage you guys to do when you're drilling is have your training partner lightly play back with you. Don't have them just be dead like a mannequin. Have them kind of come back and try to get their hands in the way, not at a pace where it becomes competitive, but at one where you can start to get a live feel to organically find these positions and transition from one to another. So whether it's top hand position, shoving below the sternum, whether it's the hidden hand, you can start to learn how to connect them until you ultimately get your breakthrough, find your arm around the neck, and can punch home to a finish.